Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, I'm Nerdarchists Dave, joined by my favorite co-conspirator in subclass scheming,
Nerdarchists Ted. Greetings, adventurers, character builders, and lovers of spooky subclasses.
Tonight we're cracking open the crypt that is the horror subclasses Unearthed Arcana. Wizards of the Coast has reanimated and revised 6 fan-favorite dark-themed subclasses from Bard to Warlock, and we're here to dissect them, compare them, and maybe scream a little about power balance.
Whether you're looking to terrify your table, min-max your Shadow Sorcerer, or just want to hear us geek out about spooky builds, you're in the right place.
So settle in, light a candle, let's get unsettling with horror subclasses from Unearthed Arcana 2025. We got the Sorcerer, Shadow Sorcery.
Bend darkness and doom to your will. Your innate magic comes from the Shadowfell itself. You might trace your lineage to an entity that place, or perhaps you were exposed to the Shadowfell's sinister energy and were transformed by it. Your shadowy magic allows you to command darkness, undeath, and woe with ease.
All right, jump over to D&D Beyond and take a look at Unearthed Arcana yourself. If you want to see the design notes, level 3, you get Eyes of the Dark. You have Dark Vision with a range of 120 feet and Blind Sight with a range of 10 feet. In addition, if a spell you cast creates an area of darkness, you can see normally through the spell's darkness. So a couple caveats. One, it has to be a spell that
you cast.
It's not like the Warlock, right, where they just see with Devil's Sight. Yep. But you do have Blind Sight, range of 10 feet, which I believe that's new.
That is,
and that's pretty powerful in and of itself.
Yeah, it used to be you could see in magical darkness. And if you have dark vision, or you gain dark vision out to 60 feet, and if you already have it, you gain additional 30 or 60 feet. Now it's just like, all right, we're just going to give it to 120. End of story. So
everybody gets a trophy.
I have one of these that I was playing a while back. It's been quite some time since I've busted out the Shadow Sorcerer. So I don't have all of these things completely memorized. And we obviously didn't get to the higher level stuff, but I definitely remember the Eyes of the Dark.
But there's more at 3rd level. Shadow spells. So you're going to get to add at 3rd level, Bane, Darkness, Inflict Wounds, Pass Without Trace. 5th level, Hunger of Hadar, Summon Undead. 7, Greater Invisibility, Phantasmal Killer. 9, Contagion and Creation. There are good spells, and you're also getting a handful of spells that are not even on the Sorcerer's list. And they're good ones too, like Inflict Wounds and Pass Without Trace. Bane can be sweet as well.
I'm fairly certain that the Shadow Sorcerer did not have shadow spells previously. So getting access to new spells, really good, because sorcerers don't get a whole lot of options.
Well, yeah, I think that is one of the fixes they made going forward is all the sorcerer subclasses now pretty much give them prepared spells. And it's always been a weakness of the sorcerer not having as many. Matter of fact, when we were first going through 5th edition, I remember like joking and breaking balls about the fact that the Bard had access to more spells known than the Sorcerer.
So I think we might have to look through our own Nerdarchy created subclasses, make some addendums.
All right, level 6, Spirit of Ill Omen. Cast Summon Undead without material components. You can also cast it once without a spell slot. You gain the ability to cast it in this way when you finish a long rest. Whenever you start casting the spell, you can modify it so it doesn't require concentration. You do so, the spell's duration becomes 1 minute for the casting. The spell ends early if you cast it again. This is definitely different because before you just like summoned a creature.
It was the Hound of Ill Omen that you summoned, and it was a class feature that called forth essentially a little companion that only stayed for so long. Now it's like, oh nope, you're gonna conjure an undead, but you get to choose what it is, what it looks like. So it's got a little bit more versatility, but it's definitely an undead thing as opposed to, like mine, I conjured a dog made out of shadow. Definitely different vibes than what I was going for.
The Summon Undead is a spell. I think they've reworked a lot of the summon spells so that you don't actually really summon anything. They're more like effects, redressed to be like, oh, you have undead, but really it's just like a damage effect or something. 14.
Shadow Walk. While you're in dim light or darkness, you can take a bonus action to teleport up to 120 feet to an unoccupied space you can see that is also in dim light or darkness.
You get the Shadow Teleport, which is super, super useful. You can give the sorcerer a bit more mobility on the battlefield. Nothing to sneeze at that right there. Level 18, our capstone ability comes in with Umbral Form. As a bonus action, you adopt a shadowy form, gaining the benefits below for 1 minute until you have the incapacitated condition or until you end the form. No action required. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Unless you spend 6 sorcery points, no action required to restore your use of it. Corporal movement. You can move through occupied spaces if they were difficult terrain. If you end your turn, such a space, you take die 10 force damage. Shadow resilience. You have resistance to all damage except force and radiant. The grave. If you would drop to 0 hit points and not die outright, you can make a charisma saving throw. DC 5 plus half the damage taken. If you succeed, your hit points instead change to a number equal to 3 times your sorcerer level. Yeah, so basically undead fortitude.
Yeah, I don't know why they like to have these things be different multipliers. It's like, oh, you get 5 times your level, and you get 4 times your level, and you get 3 times your level.
Yeah.
Like, are they throwing darts at dartboard here? Like,
They might be. I mean, it's still thematic. It's still decent. You had a lot of fun playing the Shadow Sorcerer.
oh yeah.
I definitely would play Shadow Sorcerer. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Part of it has to do with the mechanics. Part of it has to do with the group in the game. But my Shadow Sorcerer is one of my favorite all time characters that I've played. And if you want to check out that gameplay, we've got 2 seasons of those bastards here on the channel. So go check it out.
You could definitely do that. Let us know what you think down in the comments below about the rework or the original.
So thanks for joining us in the crypt tonight. Whether you're now haunted by balance questions or inspired to write a whole new campaign arc, these horror songs definitely bring the flavor.
Like what you saw, smash the like button like a Warlock pack gone wrong, and subscribe so you don't miss the next time Wizards drops fresh subclasses for us to discuss. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.